Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. You better grab your cheeseheads and settle in because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer not just for the Packers, but for the entire NFC North. Adam Schefter dropped some serious bombshells on November 19, 2025, revealing that the Baltimore Ravens, currently sitting at 6-4 and facing a tight cap situation with only about $12 million in available cap space, are actively listening to trade offers for none other than Derrick Henry. That's right, Derrick King Henry could be heading out of Baltimore, and the Packers are right in the mix. The Ravens, dealing with Lamar Jackson's looming $280 million extension demands, and a rebuild on the offensive line that's been battered with 32 sacks this season, are prioritizing young talents like Keaton Mitchell, who's been a bright spot with 4.8 yards per carry. They see Henry, at 31, still as one of the most dominant running backs in the league, and they're willing to let him go for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft plus a third-rounder. That's a bold move, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to make these gambles to rebuild and position yourself better going forward. Now let's talk about what Derrick Henry has done this season because it's nothing short of phenomenal. The numbers speak for themselves. At this stage of his career, he's still a tank, a true force of nature. In 2025, he's racked up 288 rushing yards on a 5.6 yards per carry average with 13 rushing touchdowns. And that's not just regular yardage. Henry is still explosive, with 42 runs of 20 or more yards, and he's forcing 112 missed tackles, which leads the entire NFL. His EPA per rush is plus 0.31, a testament to his efficiency, and he boasts a PFF rushing grade of 92. For his yards after contact are elite at 2.1 yards, and he's only lost one fumble all season. The guy's a machine, and even after missing weeks 3 and 4 with an ankle injury, he came back swinging, rushing for 148 yards and 2 TDs against the Steelers in Week 10. Since entering the league in 2016, Henry has amassed over 0 rushing yards and 98 touchdowns, making him one of the most unstoppable power backs in recent memory, a true Earl Campbell-type tank. So why would Baltimore even consider trading Henry? Well, for starters, they're in a bit of a rebuild mode. Lamar Jackson's contract situation is a major concern. He's demanding a massive extension, and the Ravens have to be careful with their cap. Plus, they're prioritizing younger players like Mitchell, who's shown flashes of brilliance. The offensive line issues also play a part. With 32 sacks surrendered, Baltimore needs to protect Lamar better and find more cap flexibility to extend key players like defensive tackle Michael Majubu and linebacker Roquan Smith. Trading Henry could provide some much-needed draft capital and cap relief, all while adding a seasoned, proven workhorse to a team that's still very much in playoff contention. Now let's turn our focus to the Packers, sitting at 6-3-1 and likely looking to tighten their grip on a playoff spot. Their ground game has been solid but unspectacular, ranked 18th overall with around 112 yards per game. They've been kind of searching for that consistent closer in the backfield since Josh Jacobs struggles with 3.8 yards per carry and a PFF grade of 68. 2, enter Derrick Henry. If Green Bay manages to pull off this trade, it could be a total game changer. Henry would bring a level of power and reliability that would complement the Packers' offense perfectly. Matt LaFleur's scheme has already shown that it can adapt to a strong run game, but adding Henry would elevate the entire offense to a new level. We're talking about a guy who could bring an extra 450 yards from scrimmage, 16 touchdowns, and a major boost to the red zone efficiency, going from 58% to possibly the top 5 in the league. That kind of efficiency would take pressure off Jordan Love, especially on third downs, where his current conversion rate is around 38%. But with Henry in the backfield, that number could jump to over 52%. Imagine, for a second, Henry barreling through defenses in the cold Wisconsin tundra, wearing down opponents late in the game, just like the Steelers of the 2000s or the dominant run teams of the past. The impact on the Packers' identity would be huge, transforming them into a true ground-and-pound team that can control the clock and wear down defenses. This would not only help boost their offensive production, but also give their defense a breather, allowing the team to play more complementary football. Plus, the playoff implications are enormous. The Super Bowl odds could move from plus 3,500 to plus 1,200, which is a significant jump. In cold-weather playoff games, a dominant run game like Henry's can be the deciding factor, especially against tough NFC foes like the Lions. In terms of the NFL landscape, this trade could be the pivot point for Green Bay. It positions them from being a borderline contender to a team with real Super Bowl aspirations. Derrick Henry's presence would send a message that the Packers are serious about competing now and building a sustainable, physical identity that can dominate in the playoffs. With a solid offensive line led by Runyon, who's graded at 82. Won by PFF, the Packers could turn into a 2000 Steelers-style ground-and-pound juggernaut, setting the stage for a potential deep postseason run. This isn't just about a player. It's about transforming the team's entire approach, giving Jordan Love a true workhorse in the backfield, and making Lambeau Field a fortress where the run game reigns supreme. Now, looking at the bigger picture, if Green Bay manages to land Henry, it could redefine their entire trajectory. The division, which has been somewhat up for grabs in recent years, would be shaken up significantly. Vikings and Lions, both formidable opponents, would have to prepare for a Packers team that's running over defenses and controlling the game clock. For the Lions, facing Derrick Henry in the tundra could be a nightmare. For the Packers, it's about reestablishing their identity and showing that they're not just a playoff team, but a legitimate Super Bowl contender again. Henry's presence could be the final piece that elevates Green Bay from a good team to a team with a real shot at bringing home the Lombardi Trophy. In conclusion, this trade scenario isn't just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could reshape the entire NFC North and the Packers' future. Derrick Henry, with his relentless running style and proven production, would be a perfect fit for Matt LaFleur's offense and the Packers' identity. It's a bold move, but one that makes a lot of sense when you consider the team's current needs, their cap situation, and their championship aspirations. If this deal happens, fans at Lambeau could see a new era dawn, one where the Packers are back to dominating with a ground game that's as unstoppable as the King himself. So keep your eyes peeled, because this could be the start of something really special, and Green Bay fans, you're right in the middle of it. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.